You're listening to Cosmic Consciousness, the show that connects with today's wayshowers and conscious advocates who use real-life superpowers to catapult human evolution.
Welcome, soul family, to the Cosmic Consciousness, coding the new human for the new earth. I am your host, Jewels Arnes, and I am so excited to have our three guests with us today. We have Erika Barth, Naomi Sharp, and Barbara Carter. And together we create the StarCaster Radio. We are sending you all a great big hug as we connect to our home frequency. Let us connect our hearts as we expand in consciousness and become limitless. Take in a deep breath and place your hands in prayer position. We ask to resonate in the frequency of oneness as we step into the new earth platform. Thank you. I love you. It is done. Welcome to the show, ladies. I'm so excited to do this really different, original. I don't even want to call it an interview. It's just going to be a show. So I'm going to just let you all say hi really quick, and then we'll just move into sending it over to Erika to read the reading from the Council of Light.
Good morning.
Hello,
Good morning.
This is Barbie.
Hi.
Hello, this is Naomi.
Oh, I just love you all so much. And I'm so excited to create just this really high vibe conversation today. So Erika, and to everyone out there, such a big part of this show is channeling what I call the Council of Light. And we all together create this really high frequency to bring in information. And so we're going to go ahead and send it over to you to read the channeling called The New Human.
Thank you, Jules. Yes, this is a channeling from the Council of Light. So we ask you to breathe it in and take it in and hear the words and feel the words. When you feel the words of eternal wisdom within your cellular memory, you are manifesting the new you. The frequency of eternal life will spread throughout your body and into your auric field. This is the beginning of living as the new human, existing beyond space and time. As you enter the next stage of evolution, this will continue to happen over and over. There is a consciousness beyond the programs of your cells that is connecting to your physical body. This is your soul's intelligence, your higher self existing in the higher realms. You are expanding into your true self, your divine self. Your cellular consciousness will continue to shift as you place your awareness in the now. Let go of attachments to the past and the stories held there. This will only interfere with the process and bring resistance into your life. Feel the magic as your cells enter the now, an internal life. Without judgment of the past or fear of the future, the now is an experience in the moment, free of stories or judgments. Listen to your inner truth and continue on the journey into the unknown. Within the unknown lies your greatest potential already existing. This potential is not connected to a thought or a vision of the mind. This potential is the divine within you and is expanding and encompassing your very existence until the you who you are now no longer exists. This shift is eternal and starts a flow of enhanced life force energy connected to universal intelligence. This shift brings the consciousness of eternal life into the memory of your cells. Enter the now and allow all else to fall away. Thoughts and emotions from your past or worries of the future are energy patterns that are wanting to take your life force energy. Now is a choice. How do you want to spend your life force energy? Do you want to spend it on experience or in resistance? Allow yourselves to absorb experiences in the vibration of acceptance without judgment, non-attachment. If you are resonating in the judgment of the past or worrying about the future, you cannot absorb life force energy and be one with the universe. And in fact, this is what is degenerating. To resonate in acceptance is to live an eternal life. Acceptance of yourself as you are now does not mean you agree with the illusion of aging. It only means you allow yourself to have a thought or experience without becoming the experience. Hold space and resonate in love and acceptance without judgment. Your experience then becomes one of love, even in the middle of judgment. This is the beginning of living as a new human, the new you. Be in the now and retrieve lost energy by accepting and letting go. Bring all experiences into the heart and transform them into the vibration of love. You are the new you already at this moment right now.
Oh, that was lovely. Thank you, Erika. Gosh, when I hear that, it really truly is the essence of oneness and expanded consciousness. And that's what, cosmic consciousness is all about. And also the superpower network itself is all about expanding the message of higher consciousness. Naomi or Barbara, do you have anything you want to add to that?
Yes, it was a beautiful, beautiful channeling. Yes, and I really resonate with that. I was told a long time ago that to live in the now. It just came into my head, and at the moment that happened, I didn't understand the concept. It was like, what does that mean? That's crazy. Live in the now. How are you going to figure out anything in life if you're living in the right now? And it didn't seem. I always thought that you had to manipulate everything in your life. You had to be smart. You had to, control. It was control. It was all about control. And I realize now what living in the now really means. It means stepping forward and allowing your true self to guide you throughout this life and beyond. And living in the now means being connected to the God source. So thank you for that.
Oh, that was just beautiful. And, just because this is a really great place to take a quick break, you guys just fill my heart, and it fills my heart to have these conversations that are really coming from a place of the heart and living in the now. And Erika, if there was somebody that wanted to find out more about StarCaster and maybe listen to more episodes, where would they go?
Yes, please join us on eternalgoldskincare.com. And if you look in the navigation menu, we have a section for podcasts, and we're StarCaster Radio underneath A New You Makeover, Upgrading Human Potential. So again, that's eternalgoldskincare.com. Go and click on podcasts and listen, and A New You Makeover, Upgrading Human Potential. And then we're the StarCaster Radio Group.
Lovely. Thank you so much, Erika. And we will be right back.
Hello, everyone. This is Tonya Don Rekla, Executive Director of Superpower Experts, and we want to thank each of you for making Superpower Up the #1 podcast network for personal development and spiritual growth. Because people like you have the courage to say that mindfulness, healthy living, disrupting reality, the pursuit of consciousness, responsible entrepreneurship, and radical parenting matter. We now amass over 1 million downloads monthly in more than 90 countries. Our numbers keep growing because there are far more people willing to live divergently than mass media wants to acknowledge. For you, the change makers, the light bearers, the way showers, we say thank you. If you're ready to take the next step in your evolution, go now to superpowerexperts.com and take the Superpower Quiz. And as Neva Lee Rekla, our youngest podcaster, likes to remind us, remember, we all have superpowers and we can change the world.
Wonderful. So I have the StarCaster crew. I have Naomi, Barbara, and Erika with me today. And we are talking about what the new human is and living from the heart in the frequency of the now. And, let's just talk a little bit more about what it means to become the new human. And I know this is a conversation that Erika and I talk about all the time, and Naomi and Barbara, this is just the truth of who we are. Did any of you want to just talk a little bit more about what your experience is with that?
Oh, I would love to. And this is Naomi. So yes, we're all so passionate about just evolving into the new human and the new light body, and just how we do it, like what the process is. And for me personally, what has just been really empowering for me is when I feel any resistance in myself to just go to that heart space and surrender any fear that I might have in my heart, mind, and consciousness so that I can release that fear and create out of love. And when I remove that density from the heart and the mind and the consciousness, those layers of density that we're removing to become more light, then I can truly step in to the new human, the light body, even further, and create from the place of love, from the place of oneness, where we're existing in this collaboration of oneness together.
Ooh, I love that word collaboration, because if you think about collaboration, it's really the essence of unity. And, Barbara talks about the God body. And the way I see that is just this huge matrix of all these energies that are combining, creating one state of consciousness or one state of being. But inside of that state of being, we all have our individual experience. And so we have the ability to have both at the same time. So that was just beautifully said. Erika, did you have something you wanted to add?
It's so in alignment with everything where we are leading from the heart. Where before we were maybe more or less drawn to our mind and our thoughts to lead us, and being limited by those thoughts in itself or keeping us in a brain loop, we're being asked to breathe into our heart, to connect to our heart, and to lead to our heart, because that brings us to inner truth. And so when we lead with a place from love or above, there's just divine unity in knowing that you're feeling your way to the new human. You're feeling your way into a new earth and multi-dimensions, because that's where we were originally created. That's where life started, was in the beat of the heart. And so as we listen to it, connect to it, and lead with it, there's nothing that can steer us wrong, as it's kept us around and alive and here this whole time.
Just beautiful. Thank you, Erika. And Barbara, we're going to go ahead and send it over to you to read just a really short passage from the book Oneness by Rasha.
Thank you, Jules. I'd love to. This is the moment you have awaited since time immortal. Your consciousness stands on the threshold of a radical shift for which you have been preparing for lifetimes. You sense that you are at a place of completion with your major life issues. You are able to identify the patterns and the themes that have surfaced again and again in the dramas of your daily life. And you sense unquestionably that something has shifted in the very depths of your being. The shift is subtle, barely perceptible, yet it is undeniable. The energy flows easily, and resistance is nowhere to be found. You are a pioneer in the uncharted territory, yet you are most assuredly not alone. For you experience the connectedness from within that could only be divine. You are at a place of oneness with all creation. You have passed the point of no return on your sacred journey, and you have surrendered totally to the momentum that carries you effortlessly. Your life has become a joyous celebration, a gift you have given to yourself. This is the moment that you recognize what has been there all along. This is the state of being, eternally present in consciousness, that is crystallizing in form. You have given definition to your heart's desire. And now all that remains is your experience of it.
That's just so powerful and so perfectly in alignment with what we're talking about. I just love that passage because it really speaks to the experience of moving into the frequency of the new human or into a state of oneness where resistance is more of a concept or an identity that we recognize here and there when we fall into it, but it doesn't control our life anymore. Barbara, did you want to speak a little bit on that at all?
Yes, I'll say a few words, because when I was reading this, the part where it talked about, here's the moment you've been waiting for, and that is something that has always resonated with me. Always knew there was so much more than what I could understand at that point in time. And each day that would pass, it would seem like I began to understand more and more, because I questioned everything. And I wanted to know more about who I was and how I got into this body, and what was the decision that was made that said, okay, you are going to be, put into the earth. And is there more beings out there? And what was that decision? And how does it all work together? So as you can see, that's the way my mind works. So I understand that I knew from the very beginning that there was so much more to life, and to understand how we all got to where we are and what the purpose was. And so that's been my life mission.
It's just beautiful. And what a beautiful mission to have. And that's really what we're here for. This is what the show is about. This is what StarCaster is about. It's about sharing the mission and our experience of that mission, because it is such a pioneer. And so there's going to be times where it feels a little lonely because we don't have that reflection that we're putting out into the world. There's not a lot of people that are going to reflect back to us a similar experience. And so that's why these shows are so important, is because we can speak the language. We can speak from the frequency and the experience of being a pioneer.
Yes.
Did you want to say something about that, Erika?
Yeah, I think what's amazing about all of this is that even though a lot of us are on a mission and we're pioneers and we're paving the way, I think there's also a large majority of society waking up. And when they wake up and they're starting to search, everyone, eventually, that's why I think we have so many finding your soul purpose and on the path to enlightenment and resonating and rising in multi-dimensions and frequency, is because all of our lights are turned on, and us that have them amplified and turned on even brighter, it's almost as if we're a beacon, and we're sending out signals for those around us to just start waking up and to start, as you would say, question, why am I here? And listen to the answer, like listen to the heart behind that. And then in that, we raise the planet's frequency. We raise those around us. We have a different perspective. We look at things a little different. So I love how us pioneers that are paving the way are also starting to turn the lights on of those that may not be where we are, but are starting to understand that there is more than just this, and that there is a purpose beyond what they can comprehend. So I think as we elevate and as we just continue to evolve into the new human, more and more are going to join us on this path.
That was lovely. So lovely. And what about you, Naomi? Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Well, it is just an honor to be on this path and creating this new human. And although I feel like I'm on the journey and it's my personal journey, also it's the journey of my brothers and sisters of light. And as they raise, I raise in oneness. And we're just all of the prayers that we're doing and raising our vibration independently is also, we're also doing it as a whole with each other and with the earth. And it's just, I just want to say it's my honor to be on this journey, raising the vibration of the planet.
That just gave me chills for some reason. And as you were speaking, Naomi, I could feel the heartbeat of the center of the earth. And I just had this interview a while back, and the man said that there's so much EMF and so many frequencies that are in the world right now. It's really hard to measure the frequency of the earth anymore. And as you were speaking in that moment, I could feel my heart beating with the heart of the earth. And the message that I got was we are holding the frequency for the earth, and it's important for us to connect to everything that we're talking about raising our frequency and seeing through the illusion and really identifying resistance and then allowing the energy to flow again. And Barbara, you talk a little bit about resistance here and there, and I can't remember exactly what it was, but you have something that you do in those moments. I don't know if I'm putting you on the spot here, but I'd love for you to share what that is.
Well, there's a lot of things I do.
Pick your favorite.
Some of them aren't so good, but yes. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Well, when I have resistance to a movement or you could call it an elevation into a higher state, because that's when we get resistance, because it's outside of our comfort zone. I just say to myself, this, to live in the now, this is all that there is, and everything just flows and changes, because once we step out of our ego self and accept things as they are and as they come, then there's no past and there's no future. There is just the now. And so that's kind of how I handle most of my resistance, is to remind myself of that, and also to remind myself that if I feel resistance, it has to do with fear, and fear has no power over me. And without fear, all things are possible. And I guess that's basically it.
Thank you. Did either Erika or Naomi want to kind of talk a little bit about, I love to give tools because I think it's such a powerful thing to share with the community, so that when we get off the show, it just doesn't end there. It's something that we continue to practice.
Well, I would love to do just a little activation.
Ooh, thank you.
Okay, I would love to. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of bring all the beautiful frequencies that everyone has shared, and I'm going to just kind of bring them into one place so that we can dance in them. So just kind of take a deep breath, and we are going to ground ourselves on the new earth platform. Bring awareness to the seed crystal within your heart, your record keeper. Connecting to your star frequency. I surrender all fear inside my heart, mind, and consciousness. I surrender all attachment to fear in my heart, mind, and consciousness. I choose to create out of love in my heart, mind, and consciousness. This is the moment we have waited for, and I say yes to my heart's desires. My seed crystal begins to vibrate and beat to the heart of the earth. I am a conduit of light, and in a collaboration of oneness, we are creating a new earth platform with all of the brothers and sisters of light. So stand upon the platform. Stand in your power on the new earth platform, for you are the new earth platform. Thank you.
That was beautiful, Naomi. Gosh, and that just gave me chills again. I love sharing these high frequency experiences. It's so powerful, and it fills my heart so much to just share this experience with all of you on the call and all of you listening. And are there any last minute words that either of you, any of you would like to share?
Just now is the time to say yes. Say yes to your heart. Connect to the beat of the earth, the new earth, and the new you.
Oh, I love that. And I think to just expand on that, I would like to add it is very normal to feel resistance, and that's actually how we clear. So if a resistance comes up to you, don't judge it. Just honor it for coming to you and release it. Release it, surrender to it, and then create out of love over and over and over and over again.
That was so beautiful. Thank you, Naomi.
Thank you.
Barbara, did you have any last minute words you'd like to share?
Yes, I would say practice living in the now, practice identifying your feelings, and especially understand what fear feels like and what the motivation behind all of your feelings are. And by doing that, you can more easily step in the now and stay in the now, because there will be no judgment on anything. So go in peace. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Barbara. And Erika, why don't you share with us one more time how somebody could find more episodes of StarCaster and connect in that way?
I would love to. So for all of our listeners out there, please visit us at eternalgoldskincare.com and go to the navigation bar where it says listen. Click on that. You'll find our podcast, A New You Makeover, Upgrading Human Potential, and we are the StarCaster Radio Group.
Wonderful. Thank you, Soul Sisters, for the wonderful work you're doing in the world. It's such an honor having you on the show. And I want to thank all of you that are listening. You are really what makes us great. Thank you for being part of the superpower community and cosmic consciousness. I am sending you lots of high vibes as you step into your highest potential. And until next time, namaste.
Namaste.
Are you ready to discover your superpowers? Go now to superpowerexperts.com and take the superpower quiz today.